Vibrations. This is Simon. Today we're doing chart of the day for the 15th of December 2015. I hope everybody's good and the week has started off well for you. So the picture that you've got in the front of your screen at this point in time was, to me, such a beautiful representation of the current energy alignments at this stage. I felt that the current representation of, if you have a look over here, the horizon, the red sunset, or in this case, maybe even the red sunrise. Either way, there's a dawning of something new that's about to change. And with Pluto and Mars and Uranus making these massive squares to each other at this stage, and of course Neptune making trines to Venus and Scorpio, there's like a dissolving and a reigniting of something new. And it can play out in two ways. And I also feel that the kind of energy pattern that Sagittarius is bringing through with Saturn there, and of course the Sun, there's a nice, beautiful representation of an expansion, a fiery element to reignite something new. So there's a new dawn, there's a new birth experience for us all at this stage. And of course, we have to go through the natural processes of psychological purification and so on. And that's what I perceive to be in terms of these sort of swampy, watery areas over here, where we come to rest our sense of beingness. And there's such an airiness to the nature of our soul, such a quiet expression. And yet at the same time, there's massive depth. And I see that there is an actual trine that's occurring at this stage between Venus and Neptune. And I see that those pictures themselves, or should I say that representation of the swamp area, is just personifying that archetypal structure of the water trine there. So let's have a look at chart of the day. As you can see, what I was talking about earlier with regards to the Pluto square. So there's Pluto at the moment, 14 degrees Capricorn. We're in the middle of that energy pattern. So at the moment, of course, we're dealing with the psychological nature of futility. And of course, this will naturally be part of this process, because not only is the transit of Pluto through Capricorn incredibly long, it also is one of the archetypes that doesn't really reward us for any sort of quick work. So anytime you do something sort of great within your life at this stage, Capricorn doesn't give you that sense of, oh, good. It goes, okay, try harder. So how much faster can you become? How much stronger can you become? How much more can you master yourself? And of course, with Pluto at 14 degrees in the middle, we don't know whether or not we're actually why we started the process. So the beginning phase is like really, really far away from us. And the end phase is also far away from us. So it's kind of like in the middle over there. And so we're learning how to deal with that energy pattern of just every single day waking up, doing it again. Every single day waking up, doing it again. And it can feel so tiresome. And that's obviously what really sets the adults from the people, or should I say the souls that are still having to learn how to become mature in the process. And that's obviously not something that we all have to take personally as an insult if you did. It was just a case where Capricorn really does provide us with incredible strength, but we have to choose, prove it to ourselves. So a great example could be even climbing a mountain, for instance. You don't just say, okay, I'm going to start climbing a mountain. You prepare for it, and then you climb, and then you kind of take on the challenge of climbing the mountain. And even then, it might be something that you might not even accomplish. And that time can actually dissipate into absolutely nothing. You've accomplished nothing in that way. And that's that futility aspect of Capricorn. It's like there's no point. And what's interesting about this, the kind of symbols at the stage, of course, is that the Saturn and Neptune square is still very, very strong at this stage. And in the relationship that Saturn and Neptune have in terms of Pluto, is that Pluto has literally destroyed the biosphere. Okay, so the nature of the way we present ourselves, the way that we see ourselves as individuals and collectives has radically shifted since 2008. And of course, this new sort of biosphere needs to be created. This new sense of identity, this new sense of who we are and how we define ourselves is being rebirthed. But we're at that starting point. So of course, that process of seeing the finishing product is very, very far away. So Neptune square Saturn can work two ways. You can either feel the void, or you can recognize that at this moment in time, it's like putting in the work every single day relative to inspiration. And it can feel like mass amounts of distractions, mass amounts of energy around you at this stage that seems to be there and available and then gone, and then there and available and then gone. It's quite intense when you really tap into it and you observe how everything sort of like is dissipating in front of you, and your timelines can change instantly. It's actually quite hilarious how aware that square is actually making us at this stage. So the best way to get out of that expression, or should I say the best thing to get out of that expression, is a realization of anchoring inspiration into yourself all the time, but also at the same time learning to let go. And so this square is also in what is called a last quarter square. So it requires or applies this necessity for individuation, this necessity for I'm going to pioneer a new direction, and it's never been done before. So I mean, that's a big part of what the new moon in Sag was really about, was this new direction, this new story that we need to create for ourselves that has never been done before. I actually have a Neptune and Saturn square webinar going on at the moment. And if you guys are interested in wanting to participate in something like that, where I go a lot deeper into what that symbolism means, you can check out the Acuity link that's in the description below, and sign up. I think one's tomorrow or today, 15th, and then on Saturday. So the other thing that I wanted to show you in regards to the current astrological alignments, you've got Venus in Scorpio, and of course that's trining Chiron, and that's trining Neptune, and that's what I meant about the swampery aspect over here. You can see this is the pools. This is like the kind of Neptune area of the depth, and the Scorpio Venus stuff is like really, really giving us this capacity to be still with ourselves and to listen, which obviously is one of the greatest gifts that we can actually develop within ourselves. So that's why I've got this thing here where it says we must be willing to let go of the life we have planned, so as to have the life that is waiting for us. And it's like such a poetic expression of surrender, basically. And that in the moment of surrender, it's true spirituality. That's where you really find God. I was actually, tapping into the moon in Pisces energy, and that in itself is a representation of the soul's desire to want to know God, and it means to surrender and to be open and vulnerable, which can be very difficult for us at times, especially if we're not actually present with ourselves due to the distractions. So it's definitely one of the charts that I would say that are very, very challenging at this stage. And I must admit, we are going through an interesting period of astrological configurations. But my best sort of suggestion to anybody that's watching this video is to just allow yourself to tap into a sense of meaning and what it means to be alive for you, and what you bring joy to your expression every single day, and how that is sort of developed. And also to, at the same time, recognize what it means to find meaning. And most of the time we find meaning in our own personal stories. In fact, that is the secret to abundance, is our own personal story. So yeah. All right, guys, thanks very much for letting me share my thoughts regarding this chart of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you don't know about the membership program that Raising Vibrations has, there's a link in the description below as well. And every single month you basically get 2 videos of 45 minutes long. And that's the one part of the membership. And it's basically 45 minutes long, and you get a very, very in-depth analysis of charts for the new and full moons. So I kind of call that the spiritual sort of gym, as it were. So check that out. There's 3 options available, and I highly recommend it. Other than that, guys, have a great day. Take